Dave, how are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Enjoying the nice weather here in Evansville.
Well, we keep thinking that it's going to go away sometime soon. I think they're talking about temps in the mid-30s on Sunday, so we're on the tail end of what we get around these parts. Where are you from originally?
I'm in Minneapolis. I'm originally from northern Minnesota.
You a Viking fan?
Somewhat.
You can stay. You can stay.
Jimmy's a Packer
just because
fan,
it's somewhat.
Yeah. So there's that.
You can see the farm jersey here behind me. They can't because it's radio, but you can.
We've got lots of Packer fans in Minnesota.
Oh yeah, we got Viking fans in Wisconsin too. Unfortunately,
it's like they lost their way some way somehow. So obviously you're part of a team that is forever known for what they accomplished in the 1980 Olympic game, the big game that beat the Soviet Union, and that for a lot of people assumes. I think a lot of people assume that was the gold medal game, but it wasn't. That was the game to get to the gold medal game, but still, obviously, a very big moment in sports history and really in U.S. history because of the tension between the two countries at the time. There's been a movie made about it back in 2004. How many times have you watched that movie?
I've probably seen it about a dozen times. I never get tired of watching it. The results are what I wanted them to be.
you know you like the ending of that movie, right? The funny thing on that is Ryan and I do high school football in town, and our opener has a little bit of the speech from the movie, and so it was. I don't know if the speech was anything like that in the locker room or not. They might have taken some.
Well, and that was going to be my next question. Just how accurate is it? I mean, obviously they probably take some dramatic license here and there, but I mean, for the most part, did they stick true to the script?
Yeah, it was pretty true. True, there were some embellishments there, which you obviously can expect out of Hollywood. But the things that happened in the movie did take place to some extent for real.
Was your coach's speech as powerful as it was as the way Kurt Russell portrayed it in the movie?
You know, I think it may not have been that long. It may have been abbreviated, but probably at times some of the speeches in the movie probably were a little bit more colorful in real life. But you know, I think Kurt Russell captured Brooks's the mannerisms, the delivery, and kind of what he was about as a coach.
So again, talking with Dave Christian, a member of the 1980 Miracle on Ice team that went on to win the gold medal. Of course, the game before that was when they beat the Soviet Union. You say you've watched the movie, and we talk a little bit about the accuracy, but is there one scene that just stands out to you and you just go, that's not how that went?
Well, I think it was not so much the scenes that didn't go the way that they really did, but it's those things that are missing. Like, there's you're limited to storylines to fit it into.
You got 90 minutes to fill, basically, or 2 hours.
90 minutes. So, a player like Mark Johnson, who was a huge key player for us, scored majority of our big important goals. Really wasn't even a byline in the movie. There really wasn't mentioned much at all. And as far as scenes in the movie that didn't go, there's one scene in the movie where Ken Morrow, who after the gold medal in Placid went on and played with the Islanders, won 4 straight Stanley Cups, could have had a fifth. They were played in the finals the 5th year and got beat by Edmonton, I believe, in that fifth Stanley Cup final. But there's a scene in the movie where he gets beat one-on-one, and Ken Morrow never got beat one-on-one. Just didn't happen.
Obviously, this game took place now, 35 years ago. Still a very vivid memory for you, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely. It's not something that any one of those members on the team get tired of talking about and reflecting about and reminiscing. We get together from time to time, and the stories, we get better and better as time goes on, and the stories get better. We learn new things all the time that we weren't aware of that happened. And I think, it crosses, the movie brought it to a whole new generation, and people relate now. In most cases, they relate to the movie versus the real event, but which has been fantastic. There's like it crosses. It's so much more than just hockey, and like was mentioned, football teams or soccer teams or basketball teams going into big games, they seem to watch the movie as an inspirational point heading into a big game.
Where's the gold medal at your house?
To his pocket.
I was going to say, do you just carry it around with you at all times?
Right now, today it is in my pocket.
I'm
I'm just guessing.
Where is it normally?
Normally it's in the sock drawer or one of the drawers.
It doesn't go in a case on the mantle.
It
Look
does.
at that.
Right in his
Oh,
pocket.
my
I was
gosh.
just kidding.
That is a sharp-looking medal.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay,
The original ribbon on it and everything?
The original ribbon. You can see the wear. It's made many trips to school with my kids.
You got to.
Yeah, let me take a.
Yeah, you got to touch that.
Oh,
wow,
that's awesome. Now, did you do what
that's something
Olympians?
I've not ever done. I now have held an Olympic gold medal.
Yeah,
That's
Lake
unreal.
Placid, 1980.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
That's really cool. Did you do what most Olympians typically do? Did you put a little bite on it after you received it?
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah,
If you did, it didn't leave a mark.
Dave Christian, our guest, member of the 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team, the Miracle on Ice, as it is so fondly known of these days. You obviously, not just that game, but you went on to have a very long hockey career. You played for 20 years, essentially, in the NHL and in college and on a couple of other teams as well. How in the world, with as violent as this game is and as physically intensive as it is, how do you walk?
I was fortunate. I stayed relatively injury-free. I had one shoulder surgery my third year in the NHL. I was playing with Winnipeg, but I missed 25 games. But other than that, I stayed fairly healthy. And when I lost the ability to get out of the way and the speed, lost the skating and speed, then I got out of the game.
Well, let me ask you this, because there's been a lot of talk outside of the world of hockey. You know, you're talking about Peyton Manning these days in the NFL, Kobe Bryant in the NBA, guys that are clearly on the tail end of their careers and dealing with some injuries, and they just can't play at the same level that they're accustomed to and that the fan bases are accustomed to. At what point did you know it was time to say, I'm done? And how hard was it to do?
It's hard. I miss the game every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Even today, I miss being at the rink. There's not a greater place to be in the locker room and with teammates and at the arena. So I miss the game every day. It got to the point where I wasn't able to do the things, all the preparation and the training needed to keep the game at the same and play at the same level. I lost the desire to train like I needed to, and at that point it was time to be done.
Well, you go home, you win a gold medal. 1980, obviously younger. We were all younger then. But you go home, hey, Pops, I got this gold medal. And then he shows you his from 1960. You come from a hockey family.
That's right.
How is that? You go out and you get a gold. I guess, was there extra pressure when you get there? I mean, your dad's got a gold. You've got an uncle with a gold, another uncle with a silver. Not the first go around.
I didn't take it as pressure growing up, but I think it certainly instilled and gave me the desire and the dream of wanting to play on an Olympic team, and then I guess I went into it with the belief, hey, this is something that's happened before. Why not again?
Yeah, and it did. And that was, again, over the Soviet Union, like Ryan brought up earlier, that was just so huge at the time and everything else. Do you keep in touch with, I'm not even sure if all the guys are still living, but the ones that are, do you keep in touch with a lot of the guys from that team still to this day?
We do. We remain really close. I can't imagine a better group of guys to be associated with and play with on a team and have the success that we did. We're missing one player, Bob Suter, right now, and of course our coach Brooks is no longer with us. But we do stay in touch. Some guys obviously more frequently, but we don't get together on a regular basis. But we tend to get all back together maybe once every other year or so.
Talking to Dave Christian, member of the 1980 Miracle on Ice team. He'll be appearing tomorrow night at the Evansville IceMen home game against Kalamazoo. It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3, and online, ESPNEvansville.com. When you watch the game today, how much different is it in terms of maybe the style of play than it was when you were active?
Well, I think the one thing, it's just they're better athletes playing the game, and guys have a tendency, they're a little bit bigger, they're faster, the game, the puck movement is quicker. Maybe not as much puck control in the game today, but everything's happening at supersonic speed, it seems, and it's I've always been stated that the farther away from the ice you get, the easier the game gets. So when you get up there in the press box, it looks pretty easy.
Yeah, well, that's
when you're sitting in the stands, like, how hard is this? You skate around, try to hit this
it's real easy
puck.
to be an armchair goalie, until you have to get down there and realize, wait a minute, how does it twist and contort that way?
Do you ever watch a game and go, that would have never happened when I was playing? Any
No,
particular instance of any kind? I
No,
don't know
not
what
really.
it
I
would be.
just watch it for the entertainment value and appreciate the skill of certain players and the speed of the game. And you just watch it to be entertained.
Well, and we've talked about too, in not just hockey but all sports in general. You mentioned that the players are now more athletic, they're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. It's a year-round process now with conditioning and everything like that. I will assume, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, for you that probably wasn't the case back in the late 70s, early 80s, and through your career.
You're exactly right. There was a period of time when I first started playing pro in the early 80s that we went to training camp to get in shape, and then there was about 5-6 years in, it started changing where teams expected you to be ready to play the season when you got to training camp, and now you're right. Everybody's got a personal trainer and dietitian, exactly, and paying way more attention to all of that part of the game.
Well, tomorrow, go ahead, Jimmy.
No, they fought more when you played, right?
Yeah,
I mean, fighting's part of hockey, but there was a lot of it back when you played. A little bit more than now.
There was more than now. Yes.
All right, so you drop gloves, you scrap a little bit.
Not very much. Not very much.
I'll tell you what, that wouldn't be my game either. You got a nephew playing now. Brock Nelson is in the league right now, and is he pretty good? Pretty good, I guess.
He's having a pretty good start to his year. He plays with the Islanders, and I think the last week and a half he's been playing with Okaposo and Tavares, and their line is starting to heat up a little bit recently.
And so I'm sure from your perspective, it's nice to see the family tradition, so to speak, kind of carry on.
It's a lot of fun, for sure, and gives you something to stay in touch with the game, and certainly a player to follow and pay attention to.
Well, as we mentioned, you'll be at the IceMen game tomorrow night at the Ford Center here in downtown Evansville. It's not just you being there. I mean, obviously you're a big part of it, but it's also a prostate cancer awareness evening. How are you tied into that situation?
Yeah, we're here with the Deaconess Cancer Center, and I'm thankful that they brought me in, and we're looking to put prostate cancer on ice with the IceMen. So I have a real good friend and my boss. I currently work for Cardinal Glass Industries, and my boss has been through prostate cancer. He's a survivor, and my wife went through breast cancer, so she's 3 years clean. So the big C word is pretty close to us. And,
unfortunately, there's most people have an attachment to it in one way or another.
It's going to hit you. The 1 out of 7 men are going to be get a prostate cancer diagnosis at some point in their lifetime. So it's we're doing this for awareness, for early screening, and visiting with your medical professionals and doctors. There's so many options for screening to be done that people need to do it.
And you'll be available for some autographs, photos for fans after the game, during the game at some point tomorrow that you're aware of?
For sure. We're going to do it between both intermissions. So first and second period intermissions, we'll be signing some autographs and visiting with people.
Awesome. Well, welcome to Evansville. I know you won't be able to stay too long, but certainly enjoy your time here. It's Dave Christian, member of the 1980 Miracle on Ice hockey team, brought the gold medal with him and everything.
Yeah, that was special.
That was
Thank
cool.
you for that. Seriously.
You really do. Check
Not
him out.
very many people get a chance to do that, and we can say we did, so that's cool.
Check him out at the Evansville IceMen game tomorrow night as they take on Kalamazoo. Puck drops at 7:15. Tickets available at the Ford Center box office, of course, online through the Evansville IceMen website as well at evansvilleiceman.com. Dave, it was a real pleasure meeting you. Thanks for the time. And I know you got to get going. You've got other interviews to sit and do, but we had a lot of fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.